So there's a common rule in the personal injury world called the plaintiff eggshell rule. And what that means is that What's up guys, I'm attorney Ali Awad, the CEO lawyer, and today I want to discuss how you can make money on a personal injury case when you were already hurt before the accident. Let's get started. So there's a common rule in the personal injury world called the plaintiff eggshell rule. And what that means is that you need to take the plaintiff, i.e. the injured party, as they are. For example, if an 18-year-old high school or college athlete is rear-ended, they can probably handle a rear-end collision much better than a 95-year-old arthritis-ridden grandma. But the way the law is structured in most states is that you have to take the plaintiff as they are. So under the plaintiff eggshell rule, if you have any pre-existing injuries that were exacerbated or aggravated by getting into another accident or another collision, then you are entitled to the difference in damage that you had. Obviously, you can't go back to the insurance company or to the defense firm and say, hey, look, well, this accident really hurt me, but I had arthritis for 70 years before it, so I need you to pay for all the arthritis that I had before. That's not how it works. The way it works is that you are entitled to the difference in your damages from your prior condition immediately before the wreck, the incident, the trip and fall, slip and fall, or the work injury to what your current condition is now. So how do you prove that you have been injured more as a result of an accident? Most people think that just by going to a chiropractor or a physical therapist or even an orthopedic doctor is enough to establish injuries. But the best way to prove your injuries is through diagnostic imaging like MRIs, X-rays, CT scans. But in our industry, the MRIs work best because they can show soft tissue injury. But let's say, for example, you've been living with back pain for a very long time, and now that you've been rear-ended in a car accident, you are feeling a lot worse. Now all of a sudden you have leg pain and numbness and tingling and loss of sensation, and it's hard for you to describe that to your doctor or to your chiropractor because you've already been living with back pain. So the best way to prove new injuries after a pre-existing injury is by getting the MRI. The MRI, or magnetic resonance imaging, is a diagnostic test that allows us to see the soft tissue inside your body. And in an example of a rear end collision, you can see a new herniation on your spine. If you have a herniated disc, it's going to show up as a recent or post-traumatic acute injury on the MRI itself. And when the radiologist is reviewing that MRI, they say, oh, well, this looks like a recent post-traumatic injury. Now you have proven through diagnostic imaging that you have been more injured as a result of the accident. So, if you want to figure out a way to prove your injuries after a pre-existing condition, then you have to get an MRI or at least some form of diagnostic imaging that is going to prove your case. That is the eggshell plaintiff rule explained.